Hello, everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. I wanted to make something very clear on things that I mentioned on a few videos already so far. That I was a victim of witchcraft, that a curse was put on me, and sleep paralysis that I went through, that I finally conquered after some years. And the thing that I really wanted to make clear was that I don't think I mentioned this before, or maybe I did, but I never really got into it, like really deep into it. But I used to live in a haunted house, and it wasn't a very pleasant experience at all. Fucked up is not really the word that I would use. It's worse. It was worse than that. And most of the time, I managed to like get over it. But there's been times here and there where certain things will remind me of it. But I later realized that it wasn't the house that was haunted. It was the family. It was us. And the perpetrator was relatives from my mother's side of the family. They were heavy into it, and they kept it secret for so many years. And a lot of really bad things happened, and we thought we were just victims of just living in a haunted house when we were kids. And we should talk about it as teenagers about what happened to us back in the day, when we were kids, to certain friends of ours, and we would sometimes go to the house we used to live in and stare at it, with like this. Hey, this is the house that we lived in. Over here, this is the house, and and then we'd tell our friends about it, and we were like, you know, get into like a small group conversation, and as we're staring at the house, and things like that. And the thing that I really wanted to share with all of you is we were victims of a family curse. Somebody from my mother's side of the family, going back maybe two or three generations, who knows, uh, did something that pretty much cursed the family from generation to generation. My grandparents, I don't know about my great grandparents, but my grandparents were part of a Masonic cult. And this is during 1934. This is during the 1930s, the early 30s, and they got involved in it at a very, very heavy level. And I guess whatever deal that they made, or whatever kind of, I don't know, whatever they were into, I really honestly don't know. I just know certain aspects of it. But whatever they did, they pretty much cursed the family for their own personal gain, or they were probably told to do it, or whatever the case. I don't know. But it's basically the same typical type of witchcraft cult. They're into something very malevolent, very evil. Um, at first, I thought it was a satanic cult. At first, for many years, until recently, I would say during the last 5 years, somewhere around there, 4.5 years, or something like that. that I actually found out that had nothing to do with Satan. It had to do with them worshiping. Let's just say that has nothing to do with Satan. Let's just put it that way. And a lot of the bad things that I went through had to do with them. I did get angry at the point when, during like in my late 30s, as to why was I being picked on, and I noticed that a lot of the things that I went through as a teenager, having a bad streak of back, a very bad string of luck, especially up to my early 20s, and not understanding why. Until later on I found out. And I've always had this nagging intuition that told me that I'm being fucked with, I'm being messed with. And I did see certain type of creatures that bothered me, and they were very ugly, they were very fast, very strong, and they looked like one of these folklore type creatures like goblins and elves. The typical stereotype of how they look. And they haunted me for many years. And I could never really understood or understand why I was even messed with the most. My mom had it rough when she was growing up. She was a victim of it, and you know, she's seen things and experienced things that were very fucked up. But I just wanted to let people know that when you live in a haunted house, sometimes it's not really the house that's haunted. Sometimes it's you, your family. People are haunted. And even if they were to grow up, they move out, and some of them, have their own lives. They go over here and start their own family, or they go on with their life, living as a single bachelor, or whatever the case may be, whatever they do with their lives. Strange things continue to happen to them every now and then. Not 24/7, but like every now and then. And just to let you know, it's not really always the house. Sometimes it's also the people. The people are haunted, and in my case, it was because my family, on my mother's side, had a very dark past. So that was the point I wanted to make out. So questions or comments, you know what to do. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And this is Dare to Speak. And to all of you, take care.